Hey guys, Billy Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Washing and Painting. In this video, we're going to give you a brief overview about cleaning storage buildings. At the recording of this video, I have been pressure washing professionally for over 27 years. Guys, I have done dozens and dozens, if not hundreds, of storage buildings over the past 2.5 decades. There are a few things you will need to know before power washing one of these type of facilities. Guys, I find these type of jobs really easy to get but difficult to do. Oftentimes, if we want to power wash one of these type of facilities, I just call the number that is listed on their website to be able to rent one of these storage units. Oftentimes, they have an on-site manager that will pick up the phone. If you're looking to find out more uncommon ways to market your pressure wash business, go to BillyDavidsonVIP.com right now. There'll be a link in the description. You can find a bunch of uncommon ways to market your pressure washing business for absolutely very low cost. Now, there are a few things when doing these type of storage buildings that can make it a bit difficult. The number one problem we've always had when doing these metal storage buildings is a water supply. Of all the storage buildings that I've done in my over 2.5 decades of pressure washing, there's only a handful of storage buildings that really had a great water supply there. Matter of fact, most has no water supply. And if they did have a water supply, most often the water supply was just a trickle of water. Oftentimes it was like 2 gallons a minute, maybe even 3 gallons a minute. And guys, that is just not enough to run any type of pressure washing unit. And also, you got to think about this as well. If you don't have a buffer tank, that means you're going to have to be stringing out hundreds of feet of water hose to power your pressure washer. And if you already have very poor water supply, once you run a couple hundred feet of water hose, you're going to almost have anything coming out at the other end. If you're interested in reading some more about the prices I charge due to the water supply issues at some of these storage units, I'm going to have some information down in the description. Just click on that. It will expand out and you can read through some information about our pricing. So that being said, these storage units are easy to get, but hard to do. On this particular storage unit, I did have one water faucet, but it was very poor water. It was really not even enough to run one of my power washers. So what we had to do, we had to tank in 350 gallons at a time over and over and over again to keep filling our buffer tank so we can pressure wash the concrete. In this particular situation, we were lucky because we did have another water faucet that was just off campus of this facility, but it was about 500 feet away. That meant we had to drive our truck back and forth with our water tank to keep refilling. Basically, I had Apex with his truck and a water tank just acting as a gopher all day long, coming back, pumping water into my water tank so we could surface clean. Now, when we come back to do the soft washing of the metal building, that's going to be much easier. So whenever you surface clean in concrete, you're going to use an enormous amount of water compared to soft washing the building. So keep that in mind when doing your pricing. Again, there'll be some information in the description that you can read about. When we come back to do the soft washing of the building, there's two aspects of this. Sometimes they request just cleaning the doors. I'm also going to put that price down in the description. And also, they want everything clean. So we've had both type of scenarios with cleaning storage buildings. Now, when you're soft washing these buildings, whether you're doing the doors or the entire building, you have to be very cognitive of not pushing water under these doors. Guys, this is a big problem when doing soft washing on some of these metal buildings, these storage units. If you push water under those doors, oftentimes the clients and customers of these storage buildings have boxes on the floors. There could be electrical components in there. There could be electronics in there, such as computer equipment, anything. You don't know what's inside these storage buildings that people are storing. So you cannot push water under that door. So this is a soft wash method only. Even when you surface cleaning the concrete, if you're doing that as well, you have to be very cautious not to let surface clean water splash onto those doors because they're not watertight. Oftentimes there's like a 1/4 inch gap under each one of these doors. So you could push water right in there, flood out the floor under the unit, ruin people's stuff, and you're going to pay for it. So that's a thing that they're going to be adamant about. So now when you go back and soft wash these doors, our method is use a soft wash system, either a pump up sprayer, something like that. And the X-Jet is not recommended on this because it puts out way too much flow and way too much pressure. We like the 12-volt system. There are other soft wash systems out there, but it has to be what I say to my clients: shower head pressure only, rainwater pressure only. That's about all the pressure you're going to be able to use on these storage buildings, just because you can push water right inside of the unit on top of people's stuff. So basically, if you're going to do the soft washing, you come in chemically treated. If you're looking for a chemical ratio chart, that'd be on BillyDavidsonVIP.com. It's listed under how to mix a soft wash, but there's a chemical ratio chart in there that will show you exactly how to mix your chemicals to clean this metal very effective. And then after you do that, you just come back and lightly rinse it with either a water hose or either the black tip on your pressure washer, staying at least 4 feet away and letting the water just barely kind of contact the building, no pressure whatsoever. Another reason why you don't want to use any pressure on it, because of the oxidation. Guys, the oxidation on these buildings is horrific, and we're not interested in doing oxidation removal on a job like this. So just go in there and soft wash it, very low pressure. Watch out. Do not push water under those doors. I've seen other people do it. I'm glad it never happened to us, but it wasn't a fun day for them when they raised that door and all their stuff is wet. And you could do multiple doors. There's dozens and dozens of these doors on here. Could you imagine wetting people's stuff at under 20 units? So that would put you out of business for sure. So guys, anyway, check out the description. There'll be a bunch of information in there. Go to BillyDavidsonVIP.com right now if you're interested in learning more how to market your pressure washing business in very uncommon ways. Again, I'm Billy Davidson here with Davidson Pressure Washing and Painting. Thanks for hitting that subscribe button, and I hope to see you in the next video.